draw. Hard to admit that I used to draw portraiture in a human form. Doodle of a two-headed unicorn. It was soothing. Moving his arm in a fusion of man-made tools and amused from beyond. Even if it went beautifully wrong, it was tangible truth for youth. No name nuisance. Who's in a bedroom? Who's in a brand new cuneiform? Barely commune with the horde. Got a whole grayscale ungluing his world. Might zone amp to the yap of the magpie. Unseen hand dragging his graphite. Cross contour, little bit of backlight. Black ink after a Bristol to baptize. You can imagine a rush that ensue when you get 3 dimensions stuffed in a 2. Then it's off to a school where it's all that you do. Being trained and observed by a capable few. Back in New York by peeps and a dog in a 2-bed.
Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Today we have an exciting matchup between two teams looking to perform on a big stage. It's the Vikings going up against the Lions. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
All right, Larry, first opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit. Today, our coverage kicks off.
Tonight we ain't going out, so we invited everybody. The made, well, they're way too strong, but ain't nobody saying sorry. The speaker's so blown, no one knows what it is, but we keep it on repeat cause we don't want it to end. We got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives. And the rest of tonight for whatever feels right. We're doing it our way, just acting our look back, just shaking our heads. But right now we're too fast to slow down just yet. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. Just acting our age. There's people here that I just met, but we're acting like we go back. It's 3 a.m., but we ain't done yet. Trying our best to make it last. Freedom running through us like an open. We're too high on being young and there's still to raise. We've got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives. And the rest of tonight for whatever feels right.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Today we have an exciting matchup between two teams looking to perform on a big stage. It's the Vikings going up against the Lions. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL sends us to the state of Michigan as we are inside Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go! No, Jack, Patriot!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing left side, it's complete. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
The first carry now for Adrian Peterson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Here's the offense, and when you talk about this offense, you certainly have to talk about all-day AP, Adrian Peterson.
Does not shy away from contact. Also has the speed to go the distance. It's the rare combination that you get from one of the great runners of all time in the NFL. 2,000 yards every year is the goal. I'd never bet against him.
Finding time. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down. And the starting crew defensively for Detroit.
DeAndre Levy is one of those linebackers who makes everyone around him better when he's on the field.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Gonna give this time to the tailback. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
2nd down following the run.
All right, here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's complete to Golden Tate. A very solid gain of 27. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And here's a look at the starting offense. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Uh-oh, Charles, now you get to talk about your old spot, the secondary. Very key here in this one.
You have to cut me off because, you know, I'll talk about them all game long. Love to see those guys match up and challenge the best wide receivers.
2nd down, 9 yards to go. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Here's the option going right. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us. And then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line. And they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week. And, boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Lions are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point forthcoming. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here, and they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, it's time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, second quarter. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
No, check, Patriot.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. And a great spot to start this drive from here. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Their big-bodied receiver with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for us. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward. And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take one guy, 2 guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
NFL teams last year, a little under 50% on fourth down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They'll try and throw for it here. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Second down following the incompletion. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And on the ground they go with the running back. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play, only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front, the linebackers, everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And now out comes Minnesota. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be marked down deep in Detroit territory. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
So 2nd and 10 here.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put...
Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Back to throw. And this is incomplete. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down. I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
And now out comes Minnesota. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at it, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
This time he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to...
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They're going to try and throw. Surveying the field. He's going to rifle. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. And it's 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Detroit getting set to go now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to float this one deep right side. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. And actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Caught right side, Tate. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So the offense has it first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there. And it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Big sack on 2nd down. Now the offense needs to convert here on 3rd. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is going to be incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up a 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 95 yards. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And Detroit getting set to go now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game. Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that?
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
No gain on the play there. Second down. They're trying to establish that running game, but they're really, really having trouble, aren't they?
Yeah, when you're running against a really good 4-3 defense, that means you've got big guys inside who control things. Those big defensive tackles are making it very difficult to find open space.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Set. Green, 39. Gone.
Halfback sent in motion.
Back down, Philly. Here we go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
A really nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11.
Gone.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag. And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
And the slot man goes in motion left. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Here we go now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go. Green, 39.
They'll run the option left. And a loose football. But I believe a Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession. A near turnover, but the offense recovers it. Now they'll try to regroup on 2nd. Back now at Ford Field. So they almost turn it over there. Scary moment. 2nd down here. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. Sheds a 2nd man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. back to throw. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
Here we go now.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Let's go. Blue Lightning. Blue Lightning.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They run again with Peterson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So it'll be first down here after the run.
Here we go now.
They run the counter now. It's Peterson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
On 2nd down, Peterson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They come out here in the eye. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
And this one is right through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And Detroit getting set to go now. Tie game here. Time starting to run down. The defense really needs to try and keep this game tied, see if they can get the ball back for the offense. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
They'll look to throw here. He's got time. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. They come out here in the eye.
Let's go. The 39. No. Check. Let's go. 319.
Little motion now from the tight end. Again, Peterson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Here we go now. 319.
They run again on first down. Peterson. And he showed some fancy footwork on the juke, but then quickly taken down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Handoff comes to Peterson. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adrian Peterson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
And there's the go-ahead touchdown. And so likely we'll kick an extra point. But to me, I'm looking forward. Special teams now with your kickoff. And then your defense, that's where the pressure shifts.
Yeah, because there's plenty of time left on that clock. Anytime you're over a minute in the NFL, there's a chance. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And a gain there of 11 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defender's going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He got 29 yards that time. And now a first down following that long gain. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and...
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Now let's go. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Set. Green, 39.
Back to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. All right, now. Watch him now. All right, now. Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Back to throw. Finding time. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone. And that's all she wrote.